I think as well, when you're saying like going through the papers and understanding the case, okay, you could give that work to the AI, to the robots, but still, when you're in court, you need to know what's going on in the actual file.
Of
So it's
course.
great that something's given you the cliff notes or the bullet points, but really it's in the detail where one little word or one little phrase that somebody's used could just unravel the whole case. So it's great that something's going to create a report for you, but you've still got to do the work.
I completely agree. Mark. And for me and my practice, I have to read everything. You know, even now, I've been at the bar for about 20 years. I still read all my papers. I read every word. And I think that's because we come from a tradition of being at the bar where you had to, because you were accountable, you were in front of the judge, you needed to know your case. And a case starts and finishes with the evidence, with knowing your facts, with knowing your papers. And so it's really important that you marshal the facts. And so none of this is without hard work. No. It's, you know, yes, you're absolutely right. You can get your AI to produce a chronology or, as you said, crib notes, but you have to do the hard work.
Yeah.
You have to do the hard work. And so when I go to court, I have to make sure that I know my papers inside out. And I'm afraid I'm still a bit of a dinosaur because I still need everything printed out. I still need to read it on paper. I still need to mark it up with my highlighters, with my post-it notes. But yes, you have to. Yeah, you have to.
I think whatever works. You know, if you've got to print it off, if I'm doing a speech as an example, some people, they'll use their phone. I just can't do that. I need it printed out in front of me. Yeah. But I think just as you were talking about going over notes and everything, I think everybody has seen the show Suits.
Yes.
And thinks that everyone's got a mic in their team who all of a sudden remembers a bit of work from some file that they were reading, runs back to the office, brings it back and closes the whole case.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that, does it?
No, it doesn't. You know that, Mark.
Yeah.
You know it doesn't work like that. I mean, you were in chambers when probably Ronald Thwaites was there. Ronald Thwaites, great barrister with a great legacy and a great reputation, and he was head of chambers, and he was one of the best of his time, sort of amongst the kind of George Carmans of the world. And you know that it never happens like that.
No.
It's months and months of prep, months and months of knowing your papers, of sort of talking to your team, of taking a strategic approach. And that's kind of one of the most challenging but the most exciting things about litigation is nothing ever stays the same. With every day and every time a case moves forward, there is something new to consider and a new challenge and a new strategic approach depending on the case and where one is at. And so, no, it's nothing like Suits. It's a lot of hard work, a lot of sleepless nights, and a lot of strategic preparation.
Yeah. So I'm reminded from another movie, because one of the reasons why I wanted you on the show is that I'm fascinated by law. I wanted to be a lawyer. That's why I worked in the chambers. I'll say what I was. I was a clerk. I was an office junior. I came in at the bottom. And it's interesting because the barristers were amazing with me. And you were one of those. So I always appreciate that. Always kind to me, always polite, always asked. Yeah, I had to run around for you, but you did it. You asked me in a nice way. The ones that didn't treat me so well were the clerks. Because, and I get it, I completely understand it. I came in, I took their role, one went up one step, and they'd taken a load of crap from everybody else. So all of a sudden I thought, I'll treat him the same now as well. So I've got no problem with that. We'll have to start somewhere. And like you said, like you learn from those moments. I worked in my dad's surgery as a receptionist, communication skills, as an office junior. These things have put me in a good place for my future.
Indeed.
Yeah. But going back, there's a movie and it's called Law Abiding Citizen. And I love this movie, okay? And there's a phrase in there which I just want to talk about now because this is why it's so hard.